welcome to another art book update. I'm not done one in like a year, months. I don't know. Who knows? Uh, so I don't know if there's any books I missed that you guys don't know I have or whatever. I don't know. But I've talked about some of them on stream anyway, so we'll leave it at that. There is one book I am looking forward to. It's coming out next year. I thought it was coming out in January, but then it got delayed to like April. It is a JoJo book. I really love the art of JoJo. Great art style. I love the character designs. They're all very unique and crazy. So I'm looking forward to that book coming out. I just wished it came out in January. I thought that's when it was coming out, but it's like no, it's coming out in April, so I have to wait even longer. But that's fine. Good things happen to those who wait. So let's go through the books I do have and focus on that. All right. So today's newest delivery was Lupin the Third, baby. I watched the newest CGI Lupin movie, and that was really good. I liked that movie. It was a really great movie. It was funny. It had everything I liked in a lot of that kind of stuff. Then I watched the Miyazaki movie because I was going through a Miyazaki kick 2 summers ago. So I was watching all the Miyazaki films, and Lupin, he did do a Lupin the Third movie, which I watched. I like that one a lot. It had a lot of Miyazaki-ness in it, so it's great. I like that movie just on its own as well. But the CG one is also really good. It has really good animation for what it is. Kind of crazy good. And I think they just announced a new one on for Amazon. So that one I might check out. Now, I have been asking around, how should I watch the anime? Because I know there's a lot of animes out there. Are they all separate stories, like JoJo, for example, where it's like, hey, you can jump in whenever you want and you can just start it there? One person said, oh, watch it by, like, what color jacket do you like? And watch that. It's like, okay. So I have a lot of options, I guess. But I don't. But are they all in one place? I know. Before anyone says it, I know there's other like over the oceans and shit. I know that, but like if I want to be a legal Larry, right? Is there a website I could just go and then they're all there, or is it just like, hey, it's on one's on Hulu, one's on Crunchyroll, one's on HBO Plus Max Discovery, I don't know, whatever, Disney. I think there's a few on Hulu though, so I guess I could start there and work my way around. But anyways, I got this book. Because mostly, okay, so this is the other reason why I got this book. I bought Jujutsu Kaisen frame art book, right? It has like the framework and all that kind of stuff from Jujutsu Kaisen, and that got me into the show because I loved the way that the frames were drawn and all that stuff. So I was like, oh, this looks like a great show. Checked it out, love the show. So I was figuring the same thing's gonna happen if I get this book, and I'm gonna be honest, it's working. Because I looked at some of the pages. Now this also has commentary in it, so it's not just an art book as well. It also has like stuff from the people who worked on Lupin. Now, okay, this is. Oh no, never mind. The book has rounded edges. It trips me a little bit. I thought like the edges were bent. I was about to be mad, but then it's like no, it's the way it's designed. So this has all of the Lupins in here. So it has parts 1 through 6 of this guy. I will say it's very cursed seeing him without his hat. This is the one thing I will say I like about this character's design. He looks born to wear that hat. Like you just can't see him without it. And when you do see him, it's like cursed. So it has all this kind of stuff in it. I'm looking forward to it because so the other thing I have a small little history with Lupin. Not major or anything crazy, but when I was younger, I was very very picky with cartoons, anime I was watching because it would only always be based if I liked the art style. If I didn't like the art style, I moved on with my life. I was like, okay, gone. And Lupin the Third, when I first saw a few scenes of it, I didn't really like the art style. I was like, this doesn't look that interesting. I liked other stuff at that time, like Tenchi, uh, Dragon Ball, all that kind of stuff. But I'm now going back and rewatching like older animes as well, and this style is speaking to me. I'm gonna be honest. Now, of course, this is like a little bit newer, it seems, but I'm going through like when I watched the Miyazaki one, I was like, the art style is pretty good. It's pretty solid. I have seen some clips on Twitter with old Lupin and all that kind of stuff, and I was like, oh, that does look actually kind of good. Looks like I missed out. It's kind of like the King of the Hill syndrome for me, where I initially thought King of the Hill was boring and not funny and all that kind of stuff, so I didn't watch it throughout my life. Started watching it now. I'm like, this show is great, just because the clips were really funny, and I was like, what was I doing? So, this is just another instance of that where young Theo made a mistake of not watching it. Older Theo is correcting that by considering to watch it. I right now watching Ava, so that's taking precedence right now. But so I got this. This has been a solid book. If you're a Lupin nut, you should probably be owning this book. Okay, so let's put this over here. Next book. Now these art books all come in different sizes. I just want to make that clear. Some are small, some are big, some are giant. This one I got on the guy was selling online. This person, you may not know who Janice Chan is, but he worked on Brand New Animal, BNA from Studio Trigger. I think he mostly did the credits. Like the credit animation you see at the end of that show, he worked on it. So I really liked the credit animation. It was actually really a nice design. So I decided to get this because I just wanted to see, what was he gonna get. He also gives me a little note. He gave me a little note. Yeah. Thank you for your support, Theodore. Yeah, Theodore. Have a nice day. So he wished me a nice day, and I cherish this note. I put it right in my book. Put it right in this book, so I can always look at it every time I open it up. But look at this design. Look how cool this design. Look at this blank page. But look at that. It's really nice. I really like the artwork. Now I don't know how often he sells them. I think he opens the store and then closes it from time to time. But whatever. You got this. So like he does a lot of good design work. It seems. I'm not crazy about this kind of art usually, but if you make it really good, I'm gonna fucking sing the praise of it. So it is pretty good. I like this book. I like it's just a bunch of original works. So that's great. Next small art book. Guys may have heard of this game. No More Heroes 3. I bought this on Switch, of course, like any good Suda51 fan would. But when they released it on console, on other stuff, they bundled it with his like day one edition, and it came, not only did it come with an art, but it came with the soundtrack. I love the soundtrack of No More Heroes 3. It's a bummer it's not the full soundtrack, but it has a lot of the songs I wanted on that soundtrack, so it was still a W for me. But I got this art book, baby. I love the cover. This I wish was the box art of No More Heroes 3. I like the box art that the game has, where it has like Travis's face or whatever. It's pretty good, but this I love a little bit more. But yeah, like, no, I'm not gonna show you any spoilers because you guys have to play this game. Okay, you guys have to play it. We'll do Velvet Chair Girl. This is one of the pages. Now, to be honest, it does one of the biggest sins that you do in an art book. I mean, it's paperback, obviously, because day one edition, all that kind of shit. But I hate art books that just throw in the game render of the character. Like, no thanks. Just put the art of the character. That's all I care about. But it's only like one little panel, so it's not a big deal. I've seen far worse. But you also got our main man, Travis Touchdown, baby. Alright. Then we got Death's Door art book. You guys know how much I love this game. It, sure, it might be a little bit, weak in some cases, but it's still fun all the same. This art book also comes with commentary from the developer, but I just love, like, look at this. Look how cool this is. The office room where they all work. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, it is pretty cool. Alright, this one I saw at Barnes & Noble. Picked it up because I saw some of this on Twitter. It's a Visions book, so it's a collection of art from the website Pixiv. I know Pixiv's in a lot of hot water these days. I think they're now supporting AI art, and there's other stuff that goes on that site. There's all this other stuff that whatever. I don't really upload my art there, so I don't know. I don't know the deal with Pixiv, but it has all this. Oh wait, Susan may not like that page. Here we go. Susan approved. Look at that. So this is a collection of art from multiple artists. I will say though, I'm the one thing I will say about this book that I'm a little bit like iffy on is I hope that the artists get like paid from this book. Like they get like part of the proceeds because sometimes I always feel when a company or whatever just puts this big book out, sometimes they may not pay the artists that feature their art. I hope they get paid for it. You know what I mean? I'm always about equal pay, fair pay, that kind of shit. All right, so let's put this down. It is a good book. It's a great book if you like good art kind of stuff. It's a good collection. Next book. This is a little preview of what's to come a little bit later. Bayonetta 2. Now this one I will say is kind of a it's mostly a collection purchase. I don't really love doing that kind of stuff, but because here's the deal. Here's the thing. I found this book at Barnes & Noble in New York like a few years ago, and I didn't really initially care about it at that point because it had a lot of in-game renders of characters and guns and all this stuff. And it's like, why? But I kind of wanted to get it because I think I saw some. I don't remember why I bought it actually. I think I bought it because it was either to hype up Bayonetta 3 or I saw something that was like, oh, that's in that book. I need that book now because there may be other forms of art because it's not like it's only just game renders. But I think when I first looked at it, I was kind of bummed. Like, see, it's just game render of Rodon. Wow, or Rodin, whatever. But see, it's all like I'm trying to find. Okay, see, then you got like actual art, and it's like great. And I think this is the English version, so I can at least read what's going on. So I was like, at least thinking, if anything, maybe I might be able to read something interesting about in this book about Bayonetta 2. So that's mostly why I got it because I think this was on the cusp of going up in price because this might be out of print at some point. You never know. But I will say it's good. It's a good book. I'm not super crazy about it, but it's solid. It's a solid collection for the Bayo fans out there. All right, we're going down the list, making our way. Street Fighter Memorial Archive, baby. See who's not on the cover? Yeah, Ken. Ken is not on the cover because we all hate Ken here. Fuck Ken. So this has art from Street Fighter 5, but I don't know how far does it go. I want to say it goes until the 5th season. Because I know there's another Street Fighter 5 art book I have, and it's okay, but I think what I liked about this book, I'm okay. Now I remember. This is helping me remember. There's also the Street Fighter 4 stuff. Get hype for 6, baby. There is Ken. Fuck him, dude. Ken sucks. But yeah, this has a lot of the art from like all Street Fighters and all different artists. Like because they all have different artists in each game, pretty much. This is why a lot of people are like really upset about the Street Fighter 6 game cover, and I can't help but agree. They have all these talented artists, and and the cover is just fucking Luke, just like looks like he like is in pain, and that's what they posted. And it's like, now I'm gonna also say this. I don't think this is a very controversial take either. Street Fighter 5's box art was also pretty bad. I think Street Fighter 5 didn't get good art until like Arcade Edition. That got good cover art. And I didn't. And then also like Champion Edition was pretty good too. The newest one looks kind of weird. I will say, it just looks like they just threw up characters on the cover. It was really weird. But I fucking know why. I know why Capcom made a shitty cover for Street Fighter 6. And people are saying, "Oh, it's because they want to sell they want to push the digital cover." I don't think that. I don't think it's that. They're going to make better covers for like when they do the new editions. Like when they do the arcade edition for Street Fighter 6, that will get a good cover, a good box art. That's where it's going to be. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be that. And that I think is kind of shitty because I think it's more worthwhile to make all the covers good instead of making one bad cover then proceedingly make better covers as the game goes on. Like that's just kind of silly. If anything, it would devalue people buying a game day at one. Unless you're a huge fan of fighting games. But yeah, so they have this big book full of great talented artists, and they all were not asked to make a cover for Street Fighter 6. Can you fucking believe it? All right, let's put this down. We're done with that book. This one, I will say, this is a little a purchase for me. Anime architecture. Now you might be saying, Theo, what the fuck? How now we're having architecture that's anime? Uh, wow. Yes. This has all of the environment scenes from every anime. Like it has Akira. Even has Ava shit in this from the rebuilds mostly. I think, and this also discusses like the design. Like let's open a random page. This I think this is from Ghost in the Shell. So I know a lot of you are Ghost in the Shell fans here. Like look at that, pretty cool, huh? And I'll read a little passage here. This cut depicts the same location as the previous one. This latter features a bird's eye view following the raindrops as they fall onto the surfaces below. In cut number 345, the point of interest, a display of mannequins in a shop window is depicted from a very low angle, as if the camera is floating on the surface of the water. The boat is painted on cell so that it can sway slightly up and down on the water. There you go. And there you go. So it has all this kind of stuff. Like it kind of discusses like the architecture and the composition of each of these scenes. So it is interesting. And like, look at this. This is another more Ghost in the Shell, baby. You know, a little doodle here. So this is a good book. I kind of wanted this because I suck at landscape, and this might help me. I do like that the binding is this like matte finish kind of thing, kind of nice. So this book's pretty good. It's pretty solid. I think this was 45. I feel like I got this on sale though. I feel like I got this on discount. But yeah, it includes material from Akira, Pat Labor. I've never heard of Pat Labor. What the fuck is Pat Labor? Are we finally giving Pat some labor? Pat Labor 2. These are movies, by the way. Pat Labor the movie, Pat Labor 2 the movie. So don't get it confused with Pat Labor the series. It's Pat Labor the movie. Yeah, Ghost in the Shell, Metropolis, Innocence, Tekken Concrete. I've never heard of that. And Rebuild of Evangelion 2007 2009. So probably the first two rebuilds, I want to say. So yeah, I've heard of Akira. I watched Akira. I feel like Akira is probably better in manga form than the movie. The movie's good, but it just seemed like a lot of the ideas that Akira has that I really like kind of doesn't get a good focus on it. And I kind of feel it's probably in the manga, so the manga is probably the better way to experience it. But it has Akira. I've seen very little of Ghost in the Shell. I think I saw a movie of it years ago when I was a kid, and the animation looked really cool, but I didn't understand what the fuck was going on. It was like, oh, what? I can't. Are the bad guys like called like the laughing smiles or some shit? Like I know it's like laughing and smile, some shit. It's been so long. Okay, fucking. At least I didn't watch the live action movie that is terrible or the Netflix anime of it. So say whatever you will, but at least I didn't watch the two things that no one liked. I don't know what Metropolis, Innocence, and Tekken Concrete is. So if you guys know what that is, let me know. Should I watch it? Would I give a shit about Pat Labor? Should I give that a chat? Yeah, chat. Should I chat with it? Alright, let's put this away. Bam. Let's go back to games. Because we are gamers after all. Alien Isolation, baby. I've been wanting to go back into the game for a bit. I feel like I dropped. There was one part of the game. I don't know if if I ever got past it or not. There was a glitch where the alien would just be in the middle of the room. I could literally run up to it, like touch him, run into him, do all this kind of stuff. The alien wouldn't do shit to me. Like the alien just stood there the whole time, and I didn't know how to progress because at that point I figured the game had to be broken. Like there has to be a glitch because the alien isn't chasing me anymore. It's not even killing me. Like I'm doing all the shit that would trigger it to kill me naturally, and it's not killing me. So I didn't know if I could still progress because of that glitch or what. I also didn't like the human AI stuff. Every time a human showed up or the robots, I was like, this, nah. But I might go back to it just at least check it out. I don't know if my game saved backed up or not, so I'm a little bit terrified because there were parts that I really did not like about this game. So I don't know. I'll give it another go. Maybe it's worth replaying from the beginning though, since it's been so long. But I got this because I saw some pictures of it on the internet, and the art looked really good. I was like, holy shit, this got some banger art. Let's open to a random page like we always do. Landscapes. So yeah, the art's pretty good. I like it. It's a nice little collection of art, and it does make me want to play the game. So, shouts out. Let's put that away. All right, now we get to the book. Everyone's gonna love Xenoblade Chronicles 3, baby. Now I have to say this. I am recently playing this game. I started chapter 6 last night. I was fucking crying. It made me cry. This game made me cry. Can you fucking believe it? So there's that. Secondly, I love the cover. This is my favorite cover for an art book in like ever. I really can't remember an art book cover that like look how like colorful it is. And interesting, like this alone. So I bought the collector's edition of Xenoblade Chronicles 3. The cover of the collector's edition is like way back there. Really good cover. Whatever. So I played the game. I dropped it for a bit. I explained this in my mini game club video. But when this arrived, this made me want this. Just sealed the deal of just me focusing on Xenoblade Chronicles 3 because I wanted to see the inside of this and I didn't want to get spoiled, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna get a little bit further in and then I'll check it out. But man, this cover is so fucking good. It's such a banger of a cover. Like, it's so good. I really love this cover. And then the back are the characters. And I really, really just love the art. And I'm gonna open it. I'm gonna make sure it's not a spoiler. Don't worry. Okay, we'll do Mio. Gotta keep a record of our progress. I love the art of this book so much. It's like this is the other thing I'm a sucker for. It has the expression sheets for this, and I love looking at them. It's so good, and they cover the character personalities so well. This book is my favorite book, and it's like a collector's edition book, and it's hardcover. Holy shit! Now we're gonna be super toxic to Sony because Sony is a piece of shit company. I'm turning on them. Get a load of this shit. Yeah, Horizon Forbidden West. Wow, what a game, right? What a game. I like the first game enough, and I was like, oh, I'll get the collector's edition because I like the first game so much. Look how tiny that shit is. And you know what? I'm also gonna say this. I'm no longer buying fucking collector's editions of Sony games. I'm not doing it anymore with them. Because here's the thing I really want to just tell you. This is gonna be published into an actual legit art book. They already put it on pre-order for Amazon. I'm not getting it because, to be honest, this was the most disappointing game I played all year. To be completely honest, it's not a bad game. It's not like terrible, but it did not like hit me the same as the first game did. Uh, I just didn't really care for it that much. I didn't even open this book after I beat the game. Usually, like, I save this, until I beat the game, and I have not opened it since. So I'll open it for this. Will be the first time I'm opening this book, since I bought it. Okay. Landscape. Oh, oh my god. Okay. I'm very disappointed with this book. There's more stuff like this. And well, actually, no, I take that back. I take that back. I kind of like the this side at least because like that looks kind of cool. But does it have like the futuristic tech? People, cauldrons. Of course. Wow. Of course it doesn't. The one thing that's new in the fucking game, they don't have it? Oh, and it better not say, oh, it's going to contain spoilers. I better not see a page that warns you that this would contain spoilers, because that's... I'll get that. I need to find it. Okay. It does, okay. Okay, at least it doesn't do this bullshit. Because I had this problem with Persona 5's Persona 5 Royals art book. That art book specifically says, oh, beat the game first. This has spoilers in it. I looked through that art book. It doesn't spoil shit. It doesn't show the artwork of Maruki's persona at all. You don't see it in that book, and I was really wanting to see that fucking persona there. It doesn't go further enough as I wanted to. I don't even think it even spoils Kasumi's plot twist. So, in reality, it doesn't spoil shit, and the book tells you that, and it's like, it doesn't spoil anything. This at least does not tell you that this will spoil anything, so at least, it's manufactured. But even then, look how tiny this is. And it's they did this with God of War as well. Like, oh, you could get the digital art book or whatever. And it's like, I'm not getting this stuff. Because I know that the soundtrack is going to be on music streaming services anyway. So no point in trying to get that early. And sometimes if you got on PS5 or PS4 or whatever, you can't copy the soundtrack to a USB drive. So even if you like the music and you want to put it on your like MP3 player or whatever on your computer, you can't do that because you need the PS5 to listen to it, which is dumb. Why would anyone want their home console to be a music player, a dedicated music player? Like, come on. So it does all that stuff, but you always know they're gonna sell this stuff, and I got this because I like the game, and I was like, you know what, whatever. Maybe this will give me a taste for the actual art book, and I kind of don't know. Maybe if it's on sale, but I'm not getting it day one because this has just been a bummer. But regardless, I'm never buying a collector's edition from the Sony game ever again. Like, and this is the biggest issue of all, the biggest one. Fucking look at the seal case. It's ugly. Give me art. Give me good shit. This is like lame shit. The only Sony game I'd probably get a collector's edition of at this point would be Death Stranding 2. And I know a lot of people are gonna be mad at me for that, but you know what? I at least am honest that I like Death Stranding. Okay, I like that game. But I will actually no, maybe not even that. Now that I'm thinking about it, because I'm thinking of like the first game's collector's edition, which I got, and the steel book is kind of. So actually, maybe Death Stranding 2 won't be saved. If they have, okay, here's the deal, guys. I'm making a live deal with this. If the collector's edition features a cover art done by Yoji Shinkawa, I'll get it. That's the only way I'll get it. If it doesn't have it, fuck it. I ain't doing shit because I rebought, which I guess I didn't need to do because I think you could just upgrade the PS4 version to the director's cut for PS5. But I didn't know that, so I got the game again. The PS5 cover is way better than the PS4 covers on a steel case. So, we'll see from there. Well, again, has Ryuji Shinkawa, but I'm gonna mock this. Wait. Okay, no, I thought this was gonna say the artbook is gonna contain spoilers, but it doesn't. So, okay. But the reason why I brought this up as well So I was playing Horizon, and I kind of dropped this game for months, and then I went back to it and beat it, and got disappointed all over again. But I never once ran to see the art book. This one, I got further in. I'm like, okay, I need to look at the art book. I'm not gonna go super far into it because I don't want to get spoiled. But I'll go into it like a little bit. And if I see one thing that's like something I feel I shouldn't be seeing, I'll close it. Whatever. So I went through like halfway, and some of it I kind of expected, but the art is so good. But look how good this deal is. It's a nice big art book. This is how you make an art book with a collector's edition. Like, I will buy it if it's like this. If it's like the baby version, buy. Unless you're never gonna make an art book separately. But I knew this was gonna make an art book. I should listen to my fucking inner voice, but I didn't listen. But this is great. This is great. And also like with Xenoblade, it's never really clear if they're gonna make a standalone art book anyway. Because Xenoblade Chronicles 2 art book I have, that was I think Japan only, so that was like an imported art book to begin with. So those are always harder to come by and a little bit more pricey. So luckily that wasn't as pricey to be honest, but I did you know what I mean? But I got this, and this is such a good art book. It's so fucking big and hard. Love it. Loved it. Love this book. All right, next book we're gonna put Sony to shame yet again. Yet again, Sony looking like a loser right now. Okay, just being honest. I think the days of Sony in the spotlight are done. Or they're done. Okay, Nintendo, they're coming out. They're coming out on top after this. Bayonetta 3, baby. Yeah, as you saw back there, I got the super duper edition. Now, of course, they are releasing a standalone art book next year, which I also ordered because because okay, so this is the thing. This is why I bought the other one. I looked at the page count. The page count for that one I think was like 300 something, and this was only like 100 something or 200 something. So that's something around that ballpark, maybe 100. So I was like, oh, so this is gonna have like a lot more pages. So it's gonna have more content. Sure, I'll buy it again. But this blew me away when I first got it because I opened it and it was just instant art. Instant. Like, bam. And it has everything. It has everything I ever wanted in an art book. Like, even got the demons, baby. Perfect. So this was great. This is another book I love. It's hardcover. It's big. Sony took another L this year. Because this came with a game. This came with a game. It's like I bought a special edition of an art book and it came with the game with it. Kind of cool shit. So this and Xenoblade Chronicles 3's art book are great. I will say though, I mean, I like the idea of this cover because it's like what do you expect from Bayonetta? Bam, her foot. Then on the back you have whose foot is that? Oh wait, I actually play the sound effect. Whose foot is that? All right. So, yeah, you got this. It's a great book. Solid. The cover I'm not too crazy for. It's good. I mean, for what it is. But again, the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 art book, that's a banger. A banger cover. If they make a full blown art book for that, I'm buying it. You already know I am. Already know. All right, now we go to the loser section. We're going back to the loony bin here. Yeah, God of War. Or Dad of War. or even also soy of War. Hilarious. Say what you will about this game. Like, I'm not gonna tell you how to feel or how to think. I do kind of like the art direction of God of War. The art is still at least it's still good. It's still solid. But I kind of like look at this. Look at that. Say what you want about God of War, the new games and all that, but at least the art is good. And I got this like way later, so it was on sale as well, so I didn't get full price, so that's perfect. Am I gonna get the Ragnarok art book? I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't even sure I was gonna get this to begin with. When they first announced it, I was like, oh, okay, I don't know. And then I moved on with my life, and then I saw it on sale, and I picked it up. So maybe when that goes on sale, maybe. But it's good. It's a good book. You know, it's art. You know, good art is good art. All right, put that away. Again, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is the goat so far, but we're gonna keep going. We're not gonna stop until I say so. Do you know who this is? Yeah, it's from Promare, dude. I bought this on Studio Trigger's actual website. This I think this is out of print for a while. Then they restocked it somehow, and there's one. I will say there's one art book that Studio Trigger sold that they don't put into publication anymore. It's a Little Academia book. It's not the one I have, like the Recess one, not that one, but it was a bigger one, and I missed out on it. And I think the only way I could get it is if I throw $200 on eBay for it. It's like I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. No. But I can't even use. I can't find it for a decent price anyway. So sadly, that book is not in my reach. But I got this, which has all of the art from the during Promare. This is all Promare related stuff. I like this book. The only complaint I have is the cover is a literal spoiler. If you've never watched Promare, I'm sorry I spoiled the whole movie for you, but you know that's I didn't make the cover. Uh, it's still a good movie. I still like the movie. The movie is very Gurren Lagann esque. So if you like Gurren Lagann, you're gonna probably like this movie. There's a few shots that are really gorgeous in that movie, but this is the inside of it. Typical Trigger art style, but it's really good art. Like I really like the art. It's oh wait, uh that Susan, he's anime. Don't worry. Nothing was shown. It was just very questionable. You got this as well. So this is a really good book. It has a lot of good sketches in it. So I liked it. I think they're still selling it on their website. I think it's like $20-$30. I think that's after conversion as well and all that kind of stuff. But it all tells you that when you buy it. So yeah, this is great, great little sketchbook. Next, I showed this on a stream a few days ago. Fully Cooley, the archives. Now I took a massive L on this one. I could have gotten the English version years ago. Didn't buy it because I was a fucking idiot. Thinking, I'm not gonna get this. Put it away. I could have even bought it at a Barnes and Noble. Sat on it. Went home. Today I go on Amazon and it's like, oh, you could get the English version for $200. I'm like, no. And then I saw the Japanese version for like $30. So you already know which one I went with. I don't know why though, because like, okay, I just want to like just bring this up, right? The Japanese version of stuff is always the first one made. They always make the Japanese one first, and then it gets translated, and then that gets released. You would think it would be the other way around. The Japanese version would be more expensive, and the English one would be cheaper because that'd be the most in print. Meanwhile, the Japanese one would be out of print. But apparently not. Apparently it's the other way around. Supposedly, I guess I guess or what it could just be is that they produce a lot of the Japanese version of it, so there's a lot out there. Meanwhile, the English one was just they made enough, and then they stopped, and then the price is what it is. So I guess it could be that. But it still pisses me off because I would have liked the English version. However, I looked into the main differences between like what was translated, right? It is the so they have like some notes on some of the frames. This also comes with like like this. Wait, okay, like see this? See how there's Japanese there? In the English version, that would be all in English, obviously. And then there's like a little few pages in the end that has like a lot of Japanese dialogue kind of stuff. So that's the only thing I was missing. So I just kind of looked at it, I was like, I'm not missing much. Yeah, sure, if I want to read the notes, that sucks. I can't ever unless I like look into it or look it up or whatever. But other than that, it's like the main reason why I wanted this in the first place is just for the art itself, and this comes with that. So it's not a huge loss. The burn like dissipated pretty quickly. All right, now we're gonna get. I'm gonna show this in order. Okay. Ava Rebuild 3.0 plus 1.0 groundwork. This I can't tell you how anticipated I was for this book. Like there's like a few things in my life that I bought it instantly. Like instantly I saw it, I was like consume, right? Consumer mode on. This was that book. Same with the next book I'm going to show. It's volume 2 of it. I love this movie. I saw it in theaters a few days ago. I showed my friend this, which is funny because my friend has not seen Ava at all. Like he saw like the first scene where they're pretty much telling Shinji like get into the Ava or we'll have Rei do it again or whatever. He saw that and then that was it. But he never seen the show. He never seen the other rebuild, so he wanted to see this movie with me. And I took him to see it, and he liked the movie. Surprisingly, he kind of understood more than what I kind of expected. Which because I always think that this movie just kind of drops you in the middle of it. It's like, oh yeah, you see the third one. But he was able to hang around and understand what's going on and all that kind of stuff. He liked it, so that's great. Who's calling? All right, let's see who it is. Hello? 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 Ah, it wouldn't have been fun to do some crazy stuff because it was the police. Okay? They called they wanted to ask me where I got these art books and I told them, look, there I got them all through legal means of internet usage, okay? And they're trying to get me to turn over all my books. I'm like, look, these books are legal. The only illegal book here is nothing. Okay, I don't know. That joke wasn't that funny. It sounded funnier in my head. But anyways, I was really, really excited for this book. The movie, I saw it in theaters. Okay, I saw the movie in theaters. It was sub only. They didn't put the dub in theater, which is fine. I'm not gonna say anything. It's just usually I always expect them to do sub and dub, alternating nights or whatever. But it's only subbed, which is fine. It is fine. I watched it subbed. I like both versions. Okay, this is gonna be a little dub sub review here. I think as far as the rebuilds are concerned, I think the dub and the sub are pretty equivalent, in my opinion. I think it's more debatable with the show, the Netflix version in particular. That I could see being debatable, which even then I think that's fine too. But I could get either way. With this movie, there were a few lines that I think was better in the dub. Like there's a scene where Asuka is pretty much telling this guy like in the dub it was Shinji doesn't want to live and he can't bring himself to kill himself or whatever. She said something like that. And I thought that was way more like striking and more like impactful for the character of Shinji and all this kind of stuff than what the sub version was. The sub it said like he can't live and he can't die or whatever. And it made it sound more like he had some kind of superpower that prevented him from killing himself. I was like, I know that's not the intention. I knew what she meant, so it was fine. But it just had this, I for some reason my brain was like, what? Like I don't know. That felt a little bit off to me. But overall, I still think they're equivalent all the same. So I like both versions. I like the sub and the dub. I think they're both very good. As far as the reboots are concerned, I don't think you could go wrong with either one. So go with everyone you want. But both have been pretty good in the movie so far. I will say that. But anyways, let's talk about this book some more because this is obviously why you clicked on the video. It has Farmer Ray on the cover, of course. Everyone's favorite character in Ava. Like, you see Farmer Ray, you know what's up. I like the back. It just has a lot of the other characters. It's great. This is a really great book. I love this book. I fucking love it. Let's open to a random page. Okay, you know what? Let's not do that page. Not that one either. Okay, dude, I'm getting all these like pages that would not be good to show. Not that it would be spoiler, but they're just like noisy. Okay, this is good. This is a good one. You all know what's going on in this scene. Very very emotional. It's very heartbreaking and sad, but it's great. I love this book. When I first got this book, I literally asked myself, how could they do volume two? Because this goes all the way. Like, let's even show you the last page. Wait. Oh, you know what? I'm dumb. Well, anyways, like it showed like the like okay here see here it's like unit 13 turning on and all this stuff. So I was like, oh, it's actually showing like the whole movie. But it doesn't. It clearly doesn't. But even then, I was like, look at the size. I'm like, well, it's like a few minutes away from like the final art, like the ending of it or whatever. But they did do a volume two, and it made sense. But volume one, baby, just so good, so good. Like, oh my god, like it shows so much. It's kind of crazy how much they show. Like, oh, look at this. This is when she was a farmer, when she was like doing farm stuff. Like, oh, what a name. So pretty cool, pretty cool. I feel like I ripped the page, and I don't think I did. I hope I didn't. I would be very sad if I go through this one day and see it rip. Oh, I think we're fine. Okay, we're on the last book. If you made it this far, we got the good shit here. Volume 2 of the masterpiece film. You see the cover. This is actually my favorite cover. Next is the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 art book, obviously, because what I truly love about this book, it has Shinji, Gendo, the mom, right? No, it's not, Yui. I don't know what I keep mixing up Yui and Ray. If you watch Ava, you're probably laughing right now that I said that, but it has like it has the bullet hole in Gendo's glasses. Like that's what they wanted to show. Love this. Love this book. Love this cover. Then in the back, it's like all the ladies. Long hair Ray, happy Asuka. So, kind of weird choice, right? Happy Mari, happy Masato. Like this is really weird. Now I'm saying this out loud. It's really weird that they show all these characters happy except for like Ritsuko. Ritsuko's ready to. Yeah, you know what's going on with Ritsuko. You know what she's thinking. And then Ray, well, Ray's Ray. Ray's Ray. But this has everything. Obviously, it has the fight with Unit 1 and 13. So does it have the trippy scene that? Yeah, it does. Okay, see, this is like this is great watching in theater. This part of the fight where he's like telling Shinji that we're perfectly attuned. Is like that part is so fucking good in the big screen, dude. I've said this before. I wish everyone had the same thought I did, where every year they just play this movie in the movie theater. It is like the perfect theater movie. Like literally, if I had fuck you money and I had like a shit ton of money just to throw, I would pay theaters to play this movie every year, like once a year at least, because this movie is so good. It's such a good movie. I'm someone's gonna sit there and say, Theo, look, it's an anime movie. It's not that good. Look, you can say that all you want. You can tell me all day, every day, how you don't like anime or this movie, but this movie was fucking my favorite. So this obviously is one of my favorite books. I love the framework books all the time. I love them all, But this one was so good. I loved Rebuild Three's book. I have those. I've showed before. But this one, I was so giddy that I saw them like show up. I was like, I was so happy. This was like Christmas came early. Hideki Anno gave me my Christmas present, dude. So I'm so happy I got these. The only thing is, I think there is an art book of Ava, the rebuilds, and this movie in particular that I can't find anywhere. One day I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna be fucking ecstatic because I love the art style of this show and everything about it. It's all brilliant. So I can't wait if there's any other art books about it. Other than that, great art book. That's all the art books I have. Hopefully the next art book update might be a little bit better. Uh, what can we end this on? Hmm. Ah, I got it. I got it. Let's remove this. Oh my god, shoulder. Ah, damn. See, I can move the camera now. I can do that. These are not very pleasing angles. All right, that's it. Fuck it. Turn it off. Turn it off.